Hey there, Ron Lampman here, the inventor of the See No Evil golf training aid, and we're out in my parents' backyard tonight. I was working on my dad's golf swing. So we were using the See No Evil, and I'll talk a little bit more on why we were using it with this golf swing. But as you can notice, for those of you who've seen some other videos, the See No Evil golf training aid, the ball is underneath here, and I'm using the birdie balls tonight, but you can just see probably 1/8 of the birdie ball. And we're going to talk about maintaining a spine angle and keeping that in my sight while I'm swinging, so we'll work on that. Alright, so we're outside. Bob's swing's looking pretty good. We're going to talk about a little bit what he was doing with his hips and what his body was doing in his golf swing. So as you saw in that little overview of the See No Evil, when I'm looking down and I set the golf club, I can just barely see the golf ball, or the birdie ball in this case that I'm using tonight. So what we want to work on is when we've got that little spine tilt, is when I swing the golf club back, I can still see the birdie ball, a little bit of the golf ball. Working my way through, I still see the golf ball, swing, and away we go. What you were doing, Pops, or what my dad was doing, right? He had a problem with his hips, and his hips were sliding a little bit. So his spine angle was changing when his hip was sliding. And if he slid the hip too much, when he went forward with his head, he was losing the golf ball. So now I don't see the golf ball under there. Or sometimes when we were working on, he was getting his right side out of the I think he's getting his right side out of the way and wasn't sliding the hip. But sometimes he was moving too far, and now we were seeing too much of the golf ball. So as you saw in that overview picture, we just saw a little bit of that golf ball. I want to maintain that same visual at all times. I don't want to see more of the birdie ball. I don't want to lose the birdie ball. I want to maintain that little 1/8 of the golf ball. Right, so I'm seeing the same thing the whole time. Right? And away we go. Right, so a thought on your right side of the body, and what we want to do in the golf swing is we never want to slide our hips away. That changes our spine angle, right? We want to allow our right side, our right shoulder, our right hip. I like to think that somebody's got a hold of my shoulder and my hip and sort of pulling me out of the way. Pulling me out of the way, so my hips and my shoulders are just getting out of the way and they're turning, right? They're never swaying. And I can start my shoulder first, feel like somebody's pulling my shoulder back, and then my hip just follows, or I can do my hip and the shoulder at the same time. Right? So as long as they're getting out of the way and we're not sliding that hip, right? I think a lot of people try to maintain or to create stability. They don't turn their hips enough. So we try to make that big shoulder turn, and they try to stabilize their hips and not move. Right? So that's hard to make a big full shoulder turn and without the hip moving. So I like to allow the hip and the shoulder to go at the same time. Right? And that allows me to make a bigger shoulder turn. Or if I start my shoulders first, right, I'm just pulling that shoulder back, starting it, and then I can allow my hip to go, right, to allow me to get a good full turn, a good shoulder turn. Gets my body out of the way, allows my arms to swing. So, feel like somebody's pulling that right side out of the way. Right, getting set, pulling the right side out of the way, pulling the right side out of the way, and then my arms are going to swing back. Pull feel, and the arms are swinging. Right? I've still got that ball in sight. Right? The hip gets out of the way, my back pocket or my butt's towards the target, and then my next pull move, I'm going to feel like I'm going to pull my left butt cheek out of the way. I'm going to pull. I'm going to pull that, and there's my weight shift. Weight shift, pull. Pull the right side out of the way, pull my left butt cheek. So there we go. So I'm just seeing that golf ball, I'm not going to see more of it, I'm not going to lose it. I'm going to get my right side out of the way, allow my arms to swing up a little. I'm going to pull through. Right, there we go, we're set up, good posture. I'm going to get the right side out of the way, allow the arms to swing. And I kept that birdie ball in sight the whole time and never lost it. Maintain my spine angle, and away we go. Alright, so hopefully that helps you out a little bit. Check out www.backhandbrands for the See No Evil golf training aid. Check out some of our birdie ball products, and we'll see you soon. Thanks.